Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to the judge that denied Diddy's bail for the third time. Listen, at first it took me a minute. I had to think about it. Plus, it was the holidays. I was just hanging out with the family. But I was like, did this judge play in our face? Because he was acting as if he was going to give this man a chance to have bail. Right? He was saying, what does the Upper East Side apartment look like? How many security is going to be there? Give me all the details. Then I said it looked like he turned around and denied the bail off of information he already had before he started asking about the details of this Upper East Side apartment. But then I said, hold on, wait a minute. I read that the prosecution, they came in strong. They had a letter, I guess, from former staff members who said that this man was a whole terror up inside, I guess, the LA and the Miami mansions, threatening the staff and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know how someone gets this sinister. I don't know. The word narcissistic is thrown around a lot. I guess I'll throw it around today for speaking purposes too. I don't know how somebody becomes that narcissistic. I don't know how someone can live their life just treating people badly, apparently, most of the time. I'll use those words. I'll say most of the time. And if he was yelling at staff, putting his hands on staff, treating the staff wrong too, there's no way in my mind, unfortunately, that the kids did not see, at the very least, this behavior the way that he treated staff. And I'm wondering if they fell in line also and was treating the staff unkindly. I think when 2025 comes in, we're going to be midway almost, right? Because this trial is supposed to happen in May. I think this thing is going to be so ugly and salacious. And if they get former staff to come in and speak, he will, which many victims really are hoping for, they're probably going to throw him up underneath the jail. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this story. Let me share a screen with y'all. So, exclusive, read the graphic letter that led to desperate Diddy being denied his third bail bid from brutal lockup. Okay. So Sean Diddy Combs was hit with horrific accusations. He abused his staff members before his third desperate bail bid was denied. Radio Online can reveal the contents of the letter sent to the judge who snubbed the application as the Shane rapper 54 continues to languish in a notorious brutal New York City jail after being arrested on September the 16th and charged with trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in P. Prosecutors said a letter to the judge, Arun Subramanian, who denied Combs' latest bail bid. The Bellboy Records founder targeted his staff with nightmarish threats. Yikes. And told women he would unleash revenge P attacks on them. Submitted as part of court documents filed to stop the rapper being freed as he awaits trial in 2025. The letter stated, often behind closed doors, the defendant engaged in acts of violence against women, including throwing them to the ground, dragging them by the hair, kicking, shoving, punching, and slapping them. My thing is, I don't know if even when he was home, there was actual physical security. I mean, outside of like security cameras or something like that. I know when he traveled, he used security. I just wonder, did he have security at his home 24/7? And I'm asking that because who all watched and said nothing about said things happening to staff? And again, let's have this conversation. This is not me victim blaming, but I get it. You work for Sean Combs. But what I also get is that doesn't have to be the only job so that you can feed your family. If somebody is kicking me, dragging me, and forcing me to be part of freak off parties, I'm not showing up to work the next day. and I'm going to collect unemployment, or I'm just going straight to Target and I'm going to figure out my life with myself, my kids, and whoever else, but I'm not going to be subjected to that months every day. I'm just talking. Let's have a conversation. He manipulated, coerced, and extorted women, including by plying them with substances, threatening to withhold financial support, and threatening to disseminate S tapes that the defendant made of their sexual encounters. He intimidated women, including by displaying firearms, threatening them, showing up at their homes unannounced, and attempting to beat down the door on one occasion with a hammer. I don't know if, outside of the staff part, this is part started where he manipulated, he intimidated women. I feel like that is all again from Cassie. I don't know, right? With this Sean Combs thing and the prosecution side, you don't know nothing from nothing, because I think both sides muddy the waters, right? Prosecutors added Combs staff described the defendant threatening to unalive them and throwing objects at them, as well as being struck, punched, shoved by the rapper. Now, let me say this. I'm not no psychiatrist. I did not do a case study, but I feel like sometimes men who are in denial about their sexuality and perhaps desire their same sex, but don't want the world to know. Some of them sometimes will date women, engage with women, but secretly can't stand them, demise them, and just they're conflicted within themselves. And because they're conflicted within themselves, they cause harm against the opposite sex because they're fighting a battle within. And I wish this world would get to the point where we don't care about someone's personal business of who they're sleeping with. And I'm not talking about somebody that is abusing minors or doing anything to minors. I'm talking about just in general, if you're having a consensual relationship with the same sex, and both of y'all okay, why is it my business? Why do I care? And why do people have to comment about what's going on behind those closed doors? I feel like if the world can get to the point where we don't care about what's going on behind someone's closed doors unless it's something criminal, then individuals may feel freer to be themselves behind closed doors, outside of closed doors, and maybe it would alleviate some of this violence because they no longer have to hide. If I'm making sense to you, chat with me in the comments and let me know your thoughts. So their letter also said Combs has a history of obstructive conduct, which they say is part and parcel of his decades-long pattern of violence. Along with the federal indictment on which he was arrested, Combs has been accused of SA on more than 100 alleged victims, all of which he also denies. Listen, I always say where there's smoke, there's fire. So I just can't imagine tons of people coming out lying on you. But the problem that is being had here is there are some people that are just out of their mind, that are the forefront of this speaking situation against him. And that is what muddies the waters. Okay. Who am I talking about? That Thalia Grace? Who am I talking about? Adria English? Who am I talking about? This Misha girl that is speaking out. It muddies the waters. Let's continue. He recently had his latest bail application to await trial next year on a private island denied after a judge said it was not going to work. On Wednesday, November 27th, the judge said he denied Combs bail for the third time. He said the court finds the government has shown by clear and convincing evidence. They said clear and convincing evidence at no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. Wait, okay, there we go. Prosecutors have argued Combs would potentially tamper with witnesses if released, alleging the rapper has tried to intimidate witnesses from behind bars. They claim in a court filing that defendants' goal is to blackmail victims and witnesses either into silence or providing testimony helpful to his defense. Combs' defense team had claimed the prosecution case was thin and had proposed a $50 million bail package with strict release conditions that would limit Combs' ability to contact others beyond his attorneys and would require around-the-clock monitoring. Combs denies all charges against him. Many of the allegations center around his now infamous white parties and so-called freak-offs, which have been branded debauched orgies. Alongside the federal charges slapped on Combs, he is facing claims from more than 100 victims that say they were RSA'd and harassed by the rapper. So listen, he will not be home for the holidays, and that's just a point blank period. Now this judge also said that if he does not, for instance, he's supposed to get a laptop. It's not like it's going to have the internet on it, so he could just browse and peruse and do whatever he wants. But a laptop that loads all the discovery information for his case, and that way he will be able to review it at any time to see who is accusing him, what he is up against. But this is going to be a dogfight, I'm going to say, in 2025. And if Combs gets out of this, I will say this: his lawyers did the ultimate magic trick of all time. Because when you got even staff complaining that you were harmful to them, all I can say is, whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Combs just also allegedly putting his hands on the staff. Chat with me, I'll chat back. Hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next video.